many of the towns that I've been trekking through seem to be dying away. There's nothing in the downtown. But the businesses have moved out, and here you have a central hub where it seems like businesses are potentially coming into town now. Maybe that's a facade, maybe it's not. What's your perspective?
We're working hard at making every business in town as successful as it can be. We're also working very hard on looking to develop some light industry and to create a few jobs here and there. Mm-hmm. But we also want to maintain our character, our values that we have. And as I say to people, just come and grow with us. For 40, 50 years, the biggest export in rural America hasn't been crops or cattle. It's been our youth. They got great educations in our elementary and high schools in rural America, mm-hmm. and went off to major universities and got jobs elsewhere. Mm-hmm. And that's the normal outflow, that export that we've had. So that's why communities seem to, quote, be dwindling, mm-hmm. is because they're getting older. They have done nothing to get people to come back to the community, to their roots, mm-hmm. or the region. For a community to be sustainable, you got to have that youth continuing to come back and providing jobs like the media center over here, some of the higher tech jobs, providing opportunities for young entrepreneurs that want to get started with a business incubator building. Mm-hmm. Just provide opportunities and make us a destination place, whether it's historically to see the world's largest hand-dug well, or to see what we've done here in this living laboratory of rebuilding. And I like to refer to it as a living laboratory because you can touch, feel, see, and do mm-hmm. all kinds of technologies, all kinds of building products, some of the traditional construction, some of the more advanced construction, but still the cost savings in energy and in water consumption. Too many times we think of green as just being about carbon and power plants.
Right.
And quite frankly, that is a real small part of being green. But
green is a mindset to me. It starts
our political agenda has set on electrical generation of, quote, climate change. But you know, the biggest issue in this country is not carbon emissions. The biggest issue in this country is water. And that's where people will fight over in not too many years. And there'll be people lose their lives in fights over water. Mm-hmm. So when we look here in town with low flow fixtures, with native plantings that don't take a lot of extra water, our natural rainfall will maintain most of them. Natural trees that are native to our area, don't bring palm trees in from Florida because they just won't grow here.
Right.
So it's rethinking back to our ancestors. They knew what worked in our microclimate. Mm-hmm. And we need to get back to what worked for them. Mm-hmm. And then we will be those environmental stewards. And then we'll sustain ourselves for a lifetime.
Yeah.
Or lifetimes.
Well, let's hope it is.
Now, the other thing when we talk about rural America in our small, in the communities that you've seen it, you've been riding through, that closed up storefronts, and we had that here. It's the tornado tore down a bunch of those. And so the ones you see back are actually people that are in business that were here before the tornado, and a few new ones. But for you to be a sustainable community, you have to keep the wealth that's generated in your area, your city or county, mm-hmm. there. Mm-hmm. Every time you go to a neighboring town and spend money, that sales tax dollars and that revenue all goes to somewhere else. Mm-hmm. So I encourage people, we've always encouraged, and I know it's easier said, shop at home. Well, there's no choice there. Well, the more people that shop at home, the more choice there will be because the store owner can afford to stock more.
Right. At a lower cost.
When you start figuring time and fuel, mm-hmm. it is a lower cost. And you're dealing with local people.
Yeah.
That pay property taxes in your community, that are, you see them at the store, you see them at church, you see them at school activities. It's community. And so you have to keep, wealth generates jobs.
Mm-hmm.
And if you send the wealth that is generated within your city somewhere else, big box stores or wherever, that doesn't generate any jobs here locally.
Right.
And so that's where you really got to focus if you want to be sustainable. It's not just about energy consumption. It's about a whole bunch of other things that makes environmental stewardship.